Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate the completion of the Flora Park Skate Park. I'm Roy Buell, Mayor of Dubuque, and I'm joined today by City Council colleagues Rick Jones and Luis Del Toro. We're not only celebrating the completion of this remarkable project, but also the determination, collaboration, and generosity of all who joined together as public and private partners to make it a reality. The energetic and determined group of skate park users, enthusiasts, parents, and array of supporters began advocating for a new skate park years ago to our city staff, to our Parks and Rec Commission, and to the City Council. Eventually, we were able to prioritize this project and commit to a project budget of $800,000, with $200,000 being raised by the skating community. The kids in Dubuque, yes. Okay. The kids in Dubuque Skate, or KIDS group, not only responded to the challenge, they exceeded the fundraising goal. The city and project consultants worked collaboratively with kids and other advocates to design this great park, resulting in a true amenity for the community. One of the well-known community leaders who played a key role in making this project a reality is Jennifer Tegas. She currently serves on 2 commissions in addition to serving as a board member of Kids in Dubuque Skate. Representing the Dubuque Parks and Recreation Commission, please join me in welcoming Jennifer.
Well, like Roy said, my name is Jennifer Tigas, and I represent the Park and Rec Commission today. But I'm also a Kids in Dubuque skate team member. I was a skateboarder, and I'm also a mom to a scooter kid who is now an adult. Flora Park is an all-wheeled park that offers opportunities to all skaters. That was really important that we did that. By skaters, I mean skateboards, scooters, roller blades, quad skates, and even wheelchairs. Finally, that is the word that comes to mind. After many years, this dream has become a reality. By a show of hands, how many people were at the August 28th, 2012 public input meeting at the library where skaters, scooters, and bikes made their way from the Town Clock Plaza to the library? That was awesome. We filled the room. People were standing. We took your information, and this is what we have today. From my viewpoint as a mom, this is a great opportunity for mature skaters to help teach the younger ones. There's an etiquette to this park that must be learned by new skaters. Parents, please supervise your children that are smaller. And please, it's not a playground. Make sure that if you're on this park, you are skateboarding, scootering, etc. It can be a fast-paced environment where young children can be hurt if they're playing and not skating. Skaters, this is your turn to teach and show the community how amazing you are. You are helping to mold the next generation of skaters. This is up to you. She skates. Where's my she skates, girls? Anywhere? Shout out to the newest organization, She Skates. There you are. Yay. Watch closely as this up-and-coming group supports young women on their journey to be skaters. She Skate will teach those girls to be independent, resilient, to push forward, and to keep on any task until it's accomplished. You go, girls. Together, we have made this happen. We've accomplished our task. This project shows the power of public, private, and government partnerships to create opportunities for young and youth of our community, as well as a new tourism destination. I am very proud to be part of this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you to all members of the Parks and Recreation Commission. And I believe there are some that are here today, so if you are, please wave so the group can recognize you. Okay. Thank you. The Bees family has been integral to the skate park becoming a reality. Let us welcome Laura Bees, who will speak on behalf of kids in Dubuque Skate. Laura?
Good afternoon. As he mentioned, my name is Laura Bees, and I am one of the co-founders and leaders of Kids in Dubuque Skate, a grassroots group that formed in 2005 who supported skateboarding. At that time, my son was 9. Today, he stands before us and he's 23. I cannot tell you how long I have dreamed of this day and how wonderful it feels to be standing here speaking to you. Kids in Dubuque Skate was started with 3 key ideas. Skate parks allow the broader community to see the skateboarding youth for what they truly are. They are passionate, dedicated athletes that voluntarily seek out physical recreation. Secondly, getting kids involved in personal and self-esteem building activities like skateboarding helps them build the confidence to do well in other aspects of their lives. Third, when parks are built right, the local skater input and involvement through the process, those youth develop a sense of ownership, pride, and community engagement. The very existence of the park is a result of their hard work and interaction with the broader community. This vision for this new skate park started with a small skate shop owner here in Dubuque named Mike Heitz. For those who don't know him, you might assume that he only had a business interest in the skate park, but you would not be farther from the truth. For years, kids came into the skate shop for boards, parts, clothing, or other items, but what they found was a place where they were important, accepted, and supported. Nobody cared more about these kids' needs and what they were doing with their lives than Mike. He developed relationships with both parents, like myself, and the kids, and always was there to help. His support of this movement to bring better facilities to Dubuque was remarkable and inspiring, and although the road was long to get here, he persevered through it all. Last December, the Chamber of Commerce recognized myself, Jennifer, and Mike of our kids group as one of the top 10 movers, shakers, and newsmakers in 2018. Mike was not there to accept his award, so we would like to recognize him today by presenting that to him and thanking him for his genuine commitment to this dream of a new skate park. We could not have done this without you, Mike. Get up here.
Thank you.
There you
That's
go.
me.
Do you want to say anything? You're a man of so few words.
Laura's thanked everybody that I would thank, but I want to especially thank the council and the mayor and the city manager for sticking with this project after so long. 2005 is a long time ago, but we got her done.
Thanks, Mike. I would also like to thank Jennifer Tiggis. She has been a part of the kids board for the past 6 or 7 years. I don't even know for sure how long. And she was extremely instrumental in our success. She was our public relations, social media, and web guru, managing anything we needed and skillfully crafting our messages when and where we needed them. She shared her experience and expertise in fundraising to help us lead and manage the campaign to raise our public share of the money for the skate park. She was an invaluable member of the leadership of this group, and we are forever grateful for her work on this project. Thank you, Jennifer. I would like to recognize the rest of the Kids Board for all of their years of work and many contributions to this project by having them just stand, wave wherever you're at, or come up front. Ben Colley, are you here, Ben? Did Ben make it? Nope, okay. Adam Riegler, I know he's here. Woo. Hiding in the back over there. Jason Henkel. up here with the bike helmet on. He's one of our expert bikers. Deb Schmidt. Is Deb here today? Anybody see Deb? Oh. Kyle Bees, my son. Jake Roth. Jake is here, up top here. Thank you, Jake. And Dustin Demuth. I know he's here somewhere. Back there in the orange. Thanks also to all of our riders who supported our cause and our campaign and helped raise awareness and funds to support this project. Your work is truly appreciated. You can take pride in this as your skate park because you helped make this happen. I'd like to thank Mayor Roy Beal and the City Council, both past and present, who have supported the skate park project over the years of planning and development. Your support was critical in keeping this project moving and ultimately getting it completed. Next, I would like to give a huge thank you to Marie Ware, Leisure Services Manager, who's hiding behind me. She'll be speaking as well. Yes. And Steve Faisal, who's out here. Where are you at, Steve? Hiding behind the camera. And Steve Faisal, he's a Park Division Manager. They were our partners from the city throughout this project, and they were true professionals who handled all aspects of this project with the best interest of everyone in mind. And they worked hard to make sure Kids, our group, was involved in representing the community throughout that process. We are so thankful for your hard work and integrity, and we celebrate the completion of this park today with you both. Thank you to the Park and Rec Commission who worked alongside Marie and Steve and supported this project through all its challenges and changes throughout the process. And Kids would like to thank the City of Dubuque and all of those listed on your program. They are too numerous to mention by name today, but that were associated in some way with this project. It takes an enormous amount of time and effort from many behind the scenes to bring a project of this size to fruition, and we thank you all. We would also like to thank the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque, Wendy Sweeney, who's hiding over there too behind the camera, and Faye Finnegan. I don't know if Faye made it today, for helping us manage our skate park fund and for all of their expert advice on fundraising. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to recognize some of our major donors. We would like to thank all of the members of the Grantwood Loop, or Parks to People, as they are known, organization, who supported our skate park with our largest donation of over $100,000. Without your vision and leadership in supporting this project, it would not have been possible. We are eternally grateful and hope that the Flora Skate Park brings new faces to our region to enjoy all the benefits of the Grantwood Loop area. Kids would like to present an award today to the Grantwood Loop for their legendary sponsorship. And Dave, will you come up please to receive that? Let's give them a round of applause, please. Would you like to say a few words?
Well, as Laura mentioned, the Grantwood Loop is really part of a pilot program for the state of Iowa called Parks to People, which included our region, which was Dubuque, Jackson, and Jones County. So the good news from this pilot program was that the Iowa Parks Foundation put $1.9 million into our region to divvy up. The challenge was we needed to raise at least $5 for every dollar they gave. So we needed to do $12 million of projects. And so it was very competitive as the board was looking for projects to fund. But I can tell you, and the skate park project really kind of came to us towards the end of our funding cycle. And it was an easy choice to make for our board because not only did we have people like Laura and Jennifer who were helping make the presentation, but they also brought young people, students, to help make the pitch. And so it was easy for us to say, yes, we definitely want to be a part of this. The good news is the pilot program is over, and I can tell you that the state was more than pleased. We were supposed to do $12 million of projects. We actually did $50 million of projects in our region, and there were like 80 different projects that we were helped fund in some way. So it was extremely successful. It improves, obviously, the quality of life, which is all about economic development. And in this case, bringing people, kids particularly, into the parks, which is the ultimate goal of that program. So we were more than happy to be a small part of this project. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of that.
We would also like to thank the Wellmark Foundation for their grant to support the new skate park and Wellness for All. We hope the park brings new opportunities to support the health and well-being of many in our area, as do all the wonderful projects that the Wellmark Foundation supports. So kids would also like to present this award to the Wellmark Foundation for their legendary sponsorship.
I will say a few things. Well, we thank you for this award. I'm Gina Rooney. I represent the Wellmark Foundation, and so much of what Dave said, I would echo. Absolutely loved this application when it came forward to us last February. And I will say, since that time, people have asked, what is one of the grants that you're most excited to see? And I would always say Kids in Dubuque Skate Park. Well, here it is, so now I'm gonna have to figure out what's my next favorite, but I am so happy to be here and see this beautiful park and people, kids, all ages, here to enjoy it. So congratulations to everyone involved. What a great project.
Thank you to our professional level sponsor, ITC. ITC was actually the very first to support this project, and we thank them for their leadership that helped pave the way for others to see our vision too. And I would invite Sydney to come up and say a few words on their behalf.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Sydney Lovell with ITC Midwest, and I did not have the pleasure of being involved in this from the very beginning, but I sure am happy to see this finalized project. ITC Midwest contributes to the productivity, affordability, comfort, and convenience of the region we serve by efficiently and reliably supplying the electric transmission service. ITC Midwest also enjoys supporting our neighbors by investing in a variety of community organizations and economic development efforts. ITC sponsors a number of initiatives in Dubuque to continually enhance the region's quality of life. It's something I keep hearing. As a good neighbor, we at ITC are grateful for our partnership with the Dubuque area and proud to be a small part of the new Flora Skate Park. So congratulations and thanks for letting us be involved.
Next, we would like to thank our professional level sponsor, Tyson's Home Farm Auto. Tyson's has supported so many local projects and initiatives that it is hard to find something this wonderful organization does not support. We are extremely grateful to work with such caring partners in our community. And I would invite them up to say a few words as well. Peter?
Thanks. I'm Pete Tyson, and on behalf of my family, I'd like to congratulate everyone involved in this great project. We were really happy to contribute and serve, and obviously you can see the need just by how many people are here today. I often think that skateboarders are given a bad rap, and I think they did a really great job campaigning all over the city to businesses like us, the city leaders, that this was really a need for Dubuque. And every time I've stopped by this place during construction, a couple weeks ago and here tonight, it's been packed. So let that serve as a reminder to the community that this place is needed, and then also to all the members, the skaters here, that you guys are responsible and caring, and you're encouraging to each other, lifting each other up when you fall, just to get back up and stop it again. And also that you guys can really shred, because if you watch it out here, you guys are getting pretty high off the concrete. So, of course, we wouldn't be able to do this without support from our customers. And so if you shop us regularly, we really appreciate it. And if you don't, we would appreciate the chance or the consideration next time you drive by. So thanks again, and we're happy to be involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Kids would also like to recognize all of our donors and sponsors who supported our efforts to raise over $250,000 toward this skate park in order to fulfill our community portion of that budget. All of our sponsors are recognized in the program. We are truly inspired by the generosity of many from all areas of our community who saw their son or daughter, or perhaps themselves, in the skate park at one time or another in their life and dreamed that current and future generations should have this opportunity to grow their skills and creativity in a world-class facility. I would also like to thank, lastly, Bob and Jeff Edwards of Edwards Cast Stone Company. I know Bob is up here on the hill today. Thank you, Bob. Eric Christensen of Mountaintop Stoneworks. I don't know if Eric made it today or not. He was out here actually skating earlier in the week when he came to put the sign in. He said it lasted a whole 9 minutes. Then he decided he was too old and had to go home. And Mike and Stacia Brannon of Brannon Monuments. I don't know if they were here today or not, but all of them helped us recognize our donors with the amazing stone sign that you see over here at our park. It's just over there on the hillside. It is remarkably beautiful, and we could not have imagined a more appropriate and long-lasting way to recognize the commitment of this project to by all of our donors. And lastly, I would just like to mention the Kids is planning our very first Flora Skate Jam on Saturday, October 5th. We hope to have some friendly games and competitions for skaters, bikers, scooters. And the key event is going to be late in the afternoon, and it's called the Game of Skate, which is something that we used to do at the old skate park, something that Mike started years ago. Anyone who participates will be put into a drawing for door prizes, so everyone will have equal chance to win something or take something home that day. And we hope this will be a day for all ages and all ability levels to come experience the skate park and help build this community. Thank you very much, and we hope that all of you will enjoy some refreshments this afternoon after the ribbon cutting, courtesy of our group up on the hillside. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura, for all you've done for this project. I know it was long. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. And our collective congratulations and appreciation goes to the entire Kids in Dubuque Skate organization. We're also immensely grateful to all the sponsors and donors who contributed to making this project happen. They're acknowledged in today's program. Finally, we will hear from the city's Leisure Services Manager, Marie Ware, who will give us a summary of the project and the construction timeline. Please welcome Marie.
Thank you, Mayor. With every project, there's a story. And this one absolutely has a story that's lasted quite a long time. I'm a collector of quotes. One that I've always had hanging by my computer screen is from Margaret Mead. And she said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." This skateboard project has had a small group of committed citizens. When I came to Dubuque about 9.5 years ago, Mike Heitz, whom was introduced, he came to me to talk to me and said, "We need another skate park in Dubuque." He shared that a group had been working with Gil Spence, who was the previous Leisure Services Manager in 2005 and 2006. And they had been having what I would describe as a bumpy road with many twists and turns in their path to getting a new skate park. My research of those skate park files in the office showed that citizens, many of them youth, were writing letters asking for a second skate park, which they had wanted on the west side of Dubuque. The skate park at McAleese had just been completed in 1999, and already in 1999, children were writing letters saying we need a second one. These first meetings that they had related to their dream met with more meetings, budget considerations, budget approvals, and like other projects of the city, sometimes it's budgeted for, and then the project gets cut. And this is one of those. All those meetings span from '99 to 2006. So it was time to really be committed again. A small group of those committed citizens, which as has been described is the kids group, Kids in Dubuque Skate, were led by those dedicated leaders, those committed leaders that you've heard from already today. And those are the people that we have worked with on this project from day one. So first we needed a plan. We needed to have something where it's like, well, okay, it's great to say you need something, but what is that? As Jennifer was sharing, the first thing we did was to have a public input meeting. A meeting to be able to talk about, what do you want to see in a park? What should it be like? What does it need? What would be your dream of what that would be? As she said, that was 7 years ago yesterday. It takes a little while to get a project going. There was 140 kids that were at that meeting, and I can tell you that out of that 140, about 95% of them were youth. A number of them that raise their hands are here today, and they're now 7 years older than they were before. But I can tell you, they did that parade with their skate parks, or skateboards, with their inline skates, with their scooters, where they started at the town clock and they came to the library. We filled the upper auditorium of the library with all those youth and some parents that were also, and grandparents that were there with them, and they dreamed of what's possible and talked about what they'd like to see. I can also tell you that I'm a person that has to do a lot of public meetings in my career and a lot of facilitated meetings. And when you start to see that many kids coming in a room, you get a little bit nervous about how this thing might go. I can tell you that out of all the meetings I've done in my career, that was about the most moving meeting that I've ever had, because they were the most respectful group of young men and women talking about what they'd like to see and sharing their dreams. We'd offer up a question, they'd have conversations at the table, I'd call a stop to that question, tell them what the next one was, they'd all be quiet, and we'd move on again. That's how this started. They started the meetings way before that, but that's when it started to become concrete about what this could be. Commitment. That's what the name of the game is. Be committed to your project, be committed to what you're doing. That commitment was then solidified as the city council and mayor made the skate park a priority. What that means is that's still a journey to travel, because you have to have funding, you have to decide a lot of things. So our next process was to be able to look at this and say, where are we going to put it? That's more meetings. That's a place where kids again showed up, but kids showed up with all the neighbors all around these locations. I can tell you across the country, this is where a project sometimes dies, because it's like, I don't want that in my neighborhood. But because these kids were so respectful and shared their thoughts and were a part of the process along with the neighbors, you now have this great skate park in this location. All those public meetings had lots of participation. We hired Pillar Design as our designer. They're experts in their field. And IIW was our local subcontractor that helped with this project. Each step of the way, as was shared, has been something that the kids group has been involved in, as well as a number of the skaters that you see here today. They also continued on. So all of these skaters, the parents and the grandparents, they didn't just come to the meetings. The next step was they had to raise the money, as they said. They were out there asking. The youth were out there a part of this project. What I call this commitment of this project, a lot of times we talk about now as a city, we want public input, we want public engagement. This was the first major public engagement that started at that meeting 7 years ago that the city could be extremely proud of for how we got so many different people in the room. As typically, our city meetings, if you have that many people in a room, it's because they don't like something. This was something they wanted to see happen. So to make this reality, you had to have the fundraising that everybody has shared the story about that. And the real accomplishment here was when the first challenge went out from the city council to say, raise $200,000. I, along with them, went, holy moly, how are we going to do that, right? But it's that commitment of our community that made that happen. So they raised that commitment, and the real key to this is we couldn't start the project till all funds were committed because we needed to know what that project budget was. So it took a little bit longer. Again, commitment to this project. We had Drew Cook and Sons Excavating along with Artisan Skate Park, who were our construction people that made this park happen. So we thank both Drew and Artisan Skate Park for their work. I hope you will agree, although it was a wait, that this skate park is worth the wait. To do the major construction project, it also takes a project lead. So I might be the face here today, but the person that really worked on this day in and day out was our Parks Division Manager, Steve Faisal, who is behind the camera there. He put in lots of meetings, shepherded the project, was on site numerous times throughout its entire construction, and made it happen. He was also assisted by Bob Shizzle as our assistant engineer, city engineer, as well as Randy Gale, who is here today as our public information officer. It really takes a team to make a major project happen, so we appreciate all their help. We also appreciate the support of the city manager, Mike Van Milligan, because without his support of our time and efforts, these things also don't come true. And I would also be remiss for not thanking our leisure services team, because each of them also is involved in this project, whether it's getting the park ready today, whether it was getting things prepared prior to construction, all along the way, parts of our leisure services team became committed to this project. As I said, the skate park is a project that has tremendous citizen engagement. Engagement is that buzzword, but this was an engagement process. As you saw by those raised hands when Jennifer asked the question, who was there 7 years ago? They're here today again to be able to play in the space that we've made. So again, Margaret Mead is correct that you should never doubt a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens, because they can change the world, and it's the only thing that ever has. Today we're here because of Kids Skate, many, many kids, some kids who now are adults, as well as all the people that back them up and the people recognized today. This skate park has already gotten a lot of usage, not only by our own citizens, but also by people that travel to this area. And we've seen that by the license plates that have been sitting here in the parking lot already. So many thanks to each one of you. Your commitment has been astounding. May you enjoy this skate park for many years to come. It has been my honor and privilege to work alongside each and every one that I have talked about today to help turn this dream, this thing that took that long, into a reality. You have changed the world, and especially Dubuque, so enjoy it.
Thank you, Marie. Well, thank you, Marie, and a big thank you to City Manager Mike Van Milligan and all the city staff involved in this project. Congratulations to everyone who advocated for this project, everyone who participated in the public input process, and all those who have donated time, treasure, and sponsorships to make it a reality. Generations of our youth and their families will enjoy this park thanks to all of you. To conclude our event, I invite all of you to join us for a photo, and I'd like all our speakers and my council colleagues to help me hold the ribbon, and we'll have a very special assistant tear the ribbon for us. Everybody say cheese. Cheese. Okay, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.